Hello, my name is Timothy Dolan, and I'm a former professor of public policy and political science at various universities, both in the United States and abroad. Today, on the occasion of the opening of confirmation hearings for Supreme Court Justice nominee Brett Kavanaugh, I wanted to share certain general observations about the state of the Constitution and current attitudes surrounding it, principally about how the Constitution as a symbol is manipulated for political purposes. Most people seem to hold it in near scriptural esteem as a sacred document, when in fact it is the product of 18th century minds and 18th century times. We are now in the 21st century. It may be time to reconsider how that document functions at a time when history is accelerating, when times have certainly changed, and when the mechanism of the Constitution, and make no mistake, the Constitution is a mechanism. It is basically the blueprints of a machine, detailing three functional elements of government and the interactions between them. The one part of the Constitution that can make it plausibly a living document is the amendment aspect, Article 5 of the Constitution. That said, it is an extremely ponderous process to amend the Constitution. Sometimes it takes an entire civil war to get us to maybe come around to outlawing slavery, for instance. So what I want to offer is an alternative, and the alternative is in fact modeled on the Hawaii constitutional model. Hawaii, as the last, at least currently the last state to enter the United States, has an interesting provision in that every 10 years, while petitioned by the people, there is a provision to have a constitutional convention. And in fact, Hawaii in 1979 had a constitutional convention and reworked their existing state constitution. It signaled, if nothing else, the rise of a new generation of political leaders for the state. Now, I am fully aware of the fact that these days the idea of messing with the Constitution in any kind of fundamental way is fraught with problems. One possible workaround is to recall that, with the exception of Benjamin Franklin, most of the founders were relatively young men, and as such, we're able to think in fresh terms. You know, you have to remember, the Constitution was an American original, the first Constitution ever created by a nation. So, of course, we hold the Constitution in high esteem. However, I believe it needs to be updated and needs to be looked at with fresh eyes. Because right now we have, unfortunately, people who are using the Constitution in a very manipulative way to maintain an 18th century nation in 21st century times. I think that needs to be revisited, and I hope that it becomes something of a discussion point moving forward. So consider that. Consider the potential that could come with a constitutional convention for this nation. Thank you.